Have you ever found yourself surrounded by receipts at 3 in the morning, questioning every life choice that led you to this moment of tax-induced madness? Well, you're not alone. Today we're diving into something revolutionary that could completely transform your relationship with April 15th forever. Picture this. Instead of treating tax season like a medieval torture device designed specifically to drain your soul, what if I told you there's a way to find actual peace, maybe even joy in the process? I know, you're probably thinking I've lost my mind. But stick with me here, because what I'm about to share has helped thousands of people turn their annual tax nightmare into something surprisingly manageable. The ancient practice of mindfulness, which has been helping humans deal with stress for literally thousands of years, holds the key to surviving tax season with your sanity intact. And no, this isn't about sitting cross-legged chanting while your W-2 forms magically organize themselves. Though honestly, that would be pretty cool. Let's start with the brutal truth about why tax season feels like psychological warfare. Your brain literally treats tax preparation as a threat, flooding your system with stress hormones that make you feel like you're being chased by a tiger, except the tiger is a stack of 1,099 forms, and it never stops chasing you. When you're stressed, your prefrontal cortex, the part of your brain responsible for logical thinking and decision-making, basically goes offline. This is why you can stare at the same receipt for 20 minutes without processing what it actually says, or why you suddenly can't remember if that business lunch from 6 months ago was with your client or your dentist. Here's where mindfulness becomes your secret weapon. The first technique I want to share is what I call the 5-4-3-2-1 grounding method. When you feel that familiar wave of tax anxiety washing over you, stop whatever you're doing and identify 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, and 1 thing you can taste. This simple exercise literally rewires your nervous system in real time, pulling you out of that fight or flight response and back into the present moment where you can actually function. I tried this last year when I discovered I'd been using the wrong tax form for 3 hours straight, and instead of having a complete meltdown, I was able to calmly start over. The next game changer is breathing technique, but not the kind where you hyperventilate into a paper bag. This is called box breathing, and Navy SEALs use it in high-stress situations. You breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 4, breathe out for 4, and hold empty for 4. Repeat this 4 times whenever you feel overwhelmed. What's fascinating is that this technique actually activates your parasympathetic nervous system, which is like hitting the reset button on your stress response. Your heart rate slows down, your blood pressure drops, and suddenly, those tax forms don't look quite so intimidating. Now let's talk about transforming your relationship with the paperwork itself. Instead of viewing each document as evidence of your financial failures or organizational shortcomings, try practicing what I call curious observation. Look at each receipt or form like you're a detective uncovering clues about your year. That restaurant receipt from February? That was the night you celebrated your friend's promotion. That gas station charge from your road trip? Remember how beautiful the sunset was that evening? This shift in perspective transforms mundane paperwork into a reflection of your actual lived experiences. Here's something most people don't realize. Perfectionism is the enemy of progress during tax season. Your brain wants everything to be perfect, which creates paralysis. Instead, practice what Buddhists call beginner's mind. Approach each task with curiosity rather than judgment, accepting that you're learning as you go. When you make a mistake, which you will because everyone does, try this mindfulness phrase. This is a moment of difficulty. Difficulty is part of the human experience. May I be kind to myself in this moment? It sounds cheesy, but self-compassion actually increases your ability to problem solve and bounce back from setbacks. One of my favorite techniques is the tea ceremony approach to tax preparation. Before you begin each session, make yourself a cup of tea or coffee with complete attention to the process. Feel the warmth of the mug, smell the aroma, taste each sip mindfully. This creates a ritual that signals to your brain that you're entering a calm, focused state. The physical environment matters more than you might think. Clear your workspace of everything except what you need for taxes. Light a candle, play soft instrumental music, maybe add a small plant. You're creating what psychologists call environmental priming, where your surroundings support the mental state you want to achieve. Here's a counterintuitive tip. Schedule worry time. Give yourself 15 minutes each day to fully catastrophize about your taxes. Write down every worst-case scenario. Let yourself feel the anxiety completely. Then, when the time is up, gently redirect your attention to the present moment. This prevents anxiety from hijacking your entire day. Body awareness is crucial too. Notice where you hold tension during tax work. Most people clench their jaw, hunch their shoulders, or hold their breath without realizing it. Every hour, do a quick body scan from head to toe, consciously releasing any tension you find. The concept of impermanence can be incredibly comforting during tax season. This stressful period has a definite end date. April 15th will come and go, just like every other day. When you're feeling overwhelmed, remind yourself that this too shall pass. And surprisingly, it helps. Let's address the elephant in the room. What if you owe money? This is where mindfulness really shines. Instead of spiraling into panic or shame, practice acceptance. Observe the emotions without becoming them. You might think, I'm noticing feelings of anxiety about my tax bill, rather than, I'm a financial disaster. Create what I call micro-celebrations for small victories. Finished gathering all your receipts? Do a little happy dance. Successfully navigated a complicated form? Treat yourself to your favorite snack. These tiny acknowledgments keep your motivation alive throughout the process. The power of presence extends to dealing with tax professionals too. If you're working with an accountant, approach those conversations mindfully. Listen fully instead of planning your next anxious question. Ask for clarification when needed, without judging yourself for not understanding everything immediately. As we wrap up, remember that tax season is just that, a season. Like winter eventually gives way to spring, your current stress will transform into relief and accomplishment. The mindfulness techniques we've explored today aren't just for taxes either. They're life skills that will serve you well beyond April 15th. Your relationship with stress doesn't have to be adversarial. With practice, you can learn to dance with difficulty rather than fight it. Tax season might never be your favorite time of year, but it doesn't have to be the annual apocalypse either. Next week, we're diving into something equally practical but completely different. So make sure you're subscribed and hit that notification bell. Until then, remember that you've got this, one mindful breath at a time. Peace out, and may your deductions be many and your audits be never.